negate the resolution, resolved that the U.S. federal government should enact new laws and measures to significantly restrict immigrants from entering the country illegally. The debate today rests on one key issue. Is America benefited by illegal immigrants? For the affirmative side to win, that they must prove that illegal immigrants are a deficit to Americans and America. The affirmative's argument about the increase of crime and illegal immigrants is a much more complex argument than they have made it out to be. They give you statistics in which illegal immigrants are jailed because, well, they are illegal immigrants. The increase of crime and illegal immigrants is completely due not to an increased human trafficking system or drug trade, as they would like you to believe. These arrests are more often than not linked to the state of the illegal immigrant's legality, not if they committed a crime additional to the crime of being an illegal immigrant. The affirmative argument of overcrowding due to illegal immigrants is one, completely without evidence, but two, it's also very weak. It does not pertain to the resolution. Illegal immigrants are given the right of education and other services, meaning that the affirmative's argument of overcrowding and the cost of illegal immigrants is a non-unique argument, meaning that we see both the overcrowding and the cost of illegal immigrants on both affirmative and negative sides. Now, the argument over taxes is a whole different story. We see both, in both sides, we see illegal immigrants contributing, according to USA Today, $9 billion to the economy through taxes. Again, that's $9 billion to the economy in taxes alone. Now we start to see idiosyncrasies with the affirmative side on the topic of money. Though they claim illegal immigrants overcrowd and waste federal money, which we have proven to be untrue, this would not be fixed by the affirmative. They also claim that that to get our country out of this overcrowded system, that they must waste money on a futile system that would attempt to keep illegal immigrants out. This affirmative ideology is clearly wrong for several reasons. The first being that any system the U.S. has ever put in place to stop illegal immigrants has not worked in the past. Despite illegal immigration still being illegal, there are still illegal immigrants. Any measures our country has taken to prevent illegal immigrants from entering our country has failed. There's no evidence to prove that wasting more money on a system to keep illegal immigrants out would work. There is, however, evidence that trying to keep illegal immigrants out is futile and wastes money. Clearly, we have already proven that we have lost the fight to keep illegal immigrants out of our country. However, if we look at the money thrown at the failed measures, we see something incredible. We waste, according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency, $11.4 billion annually. That's over $3 million a day on restricting illegal immigration. Honestly, why? We should be legalizing illegal immigrants rather than waste time on a futile system. It's like burning a $20 bill to save a $1 bill. Yes, you may get the $1 bill in the end, but you will still lose the 20. If we combine these two parts together, we see two things. We first see no real increase in crime. Remember, the artificially high reported rates of linking crime with illegal immigration is due to illegal immigrants being arrested for no other reason than being an illegal immigrant. We also see that the money generated by billions by illegal immigrants. So if illegal immigrants are essentially an increase of money to the U.S. government, why would we be so foolish to try to work harder at keeping them out of our borders? Furthermore, a point the affirmative side has failed to bring up is the Immigration Reform and Control Act of 1986, which, among other things, granted amnesty to 3 million illegal immigrants living in the U.S. for 4 years. According to the United States Bureau of Justice Statistics, we saw relatively no change in crime rate until a major decrease in both violent and nonviolent crimes in 1993, 6 years after this act was passed. Illegal immigration and crime have no correlation, and therefore it is pointless to refuse to grant amnesty to legal immigrants for fear of an increase of crime. In the end, we see that restricting illegal immigrants has not worked before, so why continue to throw money at a broken system? For this reason, the negative presents a counterplan adapted from the Immigration Reform and Control Act of 1986. The affirmative's plan, the negative's plan would legalize any illegal immigrant living in the U.S. for the past 3 years, and any immediate family members of these illegal immigrants. The plan would also reform the naturalization test to the same test the affirmative is proposing for illegal immigrants that have not been living in the country for less than 3 years. The plan would also entail slowly cutting the Border Patrol's $11.4 billion budget to a reduced number, something the affirmative's plan is lacking. This would ensure stability of the U.S. economy because by cutting funding of the Border Patrol and security combined with the money generated by illegal immigrants, the United States will prevail. Now, to move on to their own points, we see that the affirmative is presenting a plan to keep illegal immigrants out by showing work visas mandatory. However, we see that this is already in place. Being an illegal immigrant, you're not allowed to be here, and there are already restrictions against that working here. We see that they're proposing a system that is already broken and not working. We see that illegal immigrants are required to provide working papers, however, they still are managing to work. So this part is completely impractical and undesirable. Again, for their overpopulation argument, we see that they've given you no evidence to prove this overpopulation problem is actually present. And we also see that because illegal immigrants generate money for the U.S. economy, they would actually work on combating these overpopulation and underfunding problems. And for all these reasons and more, please vote